My name is Elias. I will be with you in OPA 103, which is the local government administration in Tanzania. The local government administration in Tanzania is one of the good course that you need to learn. This course, you learn a number of issues on how the local government operates, on the history of the local government in Tanzania. You'll have to see on the functions of the local government, how the local government works. So it is a very good course that you need to learn. So I invite all of you in this session, and today I will be presenting the knowledge area number 1. Knowledge area number 1 is about the introduction to the local government administration. So this will be our knowledge area number 1. I invite you all to take time and listen in this knowledge area, and it is my hope that you will all enjoy. Let's first start by defining the meaning of the local government. Local government has been defined by a number of authors. To start, in this session, we will use law in defining the local government. In Tanzania, the local government laws define local government to mean district authority or urban authority. That is in accordance with Section 4 of KA1, Section 3 of KA287 and KA288. However, the same laws define district authority to mean district council, township council, and village council. The same laws define the term urban authorities to mean town council, municipal council, and city council. Now let's ask ourselves, is this enough in providing the definitions of local government? Is this enough? That is a question that every one of us might ask himself. Now take time to ask yourself, does local government just really means district authorities, district council, township council, village council, on that? Now these definitions do not exhaustively explain what local government authority is. It does not tell. Why? It is because they do not include organs which are within the structure of the local government systems. One of the organs which is found within the structure of the local government system is what we call the vitongoji. This is a very lower level of local government which is found within a village. After a village, we have the vitongoji. These laws that we have read, they don't tell, they don't include the vitongoji. Not only that, these laws do not tell the general role of which these organs are supposed to perform. They just tell that local government means district council, urban council, municipal council, village council, yes. Then what role are they supposed to perform? The law, they do not tell about that. Therefore, the laws do not exhaustively explain what a local government authority mean? What do I mean? If you rely on the local government laws in providing the definition of the local government, I truly tell you that you will not come up with a certain clear definition of what local government is. For this course, I have defined local government as local government are such authorities within the government structure, that is one, that these are authorities, they are organs which are found within the government structure. Then they are established, these organs are established as part of the decentralization system, so as to enable all people from the grassroots level to contribute democratically in decision making and be involved in the affairs of bringing up their own development. You might be having your own definition of local government. But when you come up with your own definition of the local government, do not forget the two things. One, the definition must show all organs. It must include all organs found within the structure of the local government. And two, the definition must show what roles are these organs perform. Another thing, the definitions must tell how are they established. Basing on this definition, that these are the authorities within the government structure. That is one. But two, they have been established as part of the decentralization system. But three, they are established so as to enable the grassroots people. This is the major aim of establishing local government. It is to enable the grassroots people contribute democratically in decision making and be involved in affairs of bringing up their own development. Development for the people. People should be the center of their own development. How will we attain this development of the people? It is through the local government. What does the local government does in order to promote the development of the people? The local government includes people, involves people in affairs that affect their lives. Now let's go to other definitions. There are also various terms that are commonly used in local government, and these are decentralization, deconcentration, and devolution. Decentralization, this is a process of transfer of powers from the central government to the local government. Transfer of powers. Deconcentration is the delegation of administrative powers from central government to civil servants of the government working in the fields or offices such as district, wards, and villages. So, deconcentration, you delegate some administrative powers. However, devolution means transfer of power to local government authorities. Central government transfers legislative power, such as power to make bylaws. There is one thing which we call decentralization by devolution. D by D. When we hear such a word that decentralization by devolution, it is a transfer of powers, all powers to local government, making local government autonomous in various issues. So it is very important to understand these words when you deal in issues pertaining to local government authorities, or when you will be reading on this course. Now let's go to the functions that the local government, as we know that it is established by the law, it has been given some functions to perform. What are these functions? The functions to be performed by the local government have been divided into two groups. Let's go together. We have the general functions of the local government, and we have the specific functions of the local government. So we have the very specific functions and we have the general functions. These functions have been provided in section 113 of KA 287 and section 57 of KA 288. These laws, KA 287 and KA 288, it is Local Government District Authorities Act. It is KA 287 of the law and Local Government Urban Authorities Act, KA 288 of the law. All these laws are found in the Moodle platform. So you might download these laws, and I insist you to download these laws and read. Now, what are the general functions of the local government? The general functions of the local government are these. 1, to maintain and facilitate the maintenance of peace, order, and good governance within their areas of jurisdiction. Think. Take a time to think about this. If we could not be having local government, what could it be? That we have only central government, could there be peace? This is a question that you might all ask yourself. Could there be peace? That we have only the central government operating within the ministries, maybe on the regions. People at the local level could be getting a certain or a number of security challenges. But local governments are there in order to make sure that there are peace. People are living in peace. People are conducting their normal businesses. People are participating in what they want to participate according to the law. Not only that, but local government are there to make sure that there is good governance. Good governance. What is good governance? If you ask me that what good governance is, I might tell you that good governance is all about rule of law. It's all about participation. Good governance, rule of law, participation, consensus orientation. So all the principles of good governance are to be adhered, are to be implemented by the local government authority. Therefore, that's why we say that the local government have been given powers to maintain peace and order and good governance, but within their areas of jurisdiction. Also, the local government are there to promote the social welfare and economic well-being of the people. Social welfare and economic well-being. They are there to make sure that people within the local authorities and within their areas of jurisdiction are able to attain good hospitals. They are hospitals. They are there to make sure that people go to school. So they are there to make sure that there are good schools that people can attend. They are hospitals that when people fall sick, they can go to the hospitals. They are there to make sure that there are good roads where people can move. They are there to make sure that people conduct their normal businesses in a very good environment without any challenge. Not only that, the local government, subject to the national policy and plans for rural and urban development to further the socio-economic development of its area of jurisdiction. That the local government are there to make sure that the people within their areas of jurisdiction develop. They have good houses, good roads, they get their basic needs and whatsoever. Now, there are a number of significances or importances that tell us the reason for having local government. And these are: one, a local government is a training ground for mass political education. Within a local government, it is where people can be trained. A person entering into politics, a person thinking of contesting into a certain political position, it is good if he is trained first within a local government. How can he be trained? That's why we say that it is an area of political education. Not only that, it is an area for training ground for political leadership. Within the local government, people contest for various political positions. And through contesting these positions, they are trained. They get experience on how to perform various matters and functions in the local government. For instance, in the village, people contest for village chairpersons and vitongoji chairpersons. Within a certain ward, people contest for ward councillor. People contest for ward councillor. They contest. Through contesting, the people are trained. They are trained to be good politicians. Now, after ward councillor, a person can even represent the entire constituency in the parliament. So, within the local government, it is a very good training ground for political leadership. Not only that, but also it facilitates government accountability. How is accountability made within the local government? Let's start from the lower part of the local government, which is within the rural authorities, which is the village. Within a village, the village's assembly, which is made up of members living within a certain particular village. The village assembly can make a village chairperson accountable. The village chairperson, the village executive officers, these people are accountable to the village council and the village assembly. In the general meeting, where all members of the village having 18 years and above and who live within a certain particular village do attend, they have powers to ask a number of questions. How a certain money that was contributed by members of the village perform a certain particular function, how was that money utilized? They have power to ask, to make members, these leaders accountable, to ask them, are you really performing your function as required by the law? Coming up to a level of the district council, which is made up of district members, and the district council, which consists of ward councillors elected from each ward, and it also consists of government officials working within a certain particular district, which is also consists of members of parliament living within a certain particular district, which also consists of 3 members elected by the minister and women members. The council have powers to question and ask government officials on matters that have been performed by them. They have powers to approve the budget, which is to operate within a certain particular district. They have powers to ask on how various issues are performed, on how various development programs have been conducted within a certain particular district. By doing that, these government officials, these elected ward members and other members that are mentioned, are making government people within a certain particular local area who are leaders, they are made accountable. Another importance of the local government is the local government gives local people power to participate in matters affecting their lives. The local people have been given powers to participate on matters affecting their lives. How is this done? This is done in a number of ways. For instance, in a village, the village assembly, where all members of the village having 18 years and above and who live in a certain particular village do attend. They have power to participate on matters that affect their own lives. Not only matters affecting their own lives, they have powers to participate on development issues. The local government also provides power for decision making. It is where people can make decisions. In the central government, the decision is made up of the ministers, and the way the government is run by the three organs, the decisions are made in various particular organs. But how can people participate in making decisions on various matters? It is through the local government. Through the local government, it is where people can participate in deciding the matters that affect their lives. Not only that, the local government provides services such as schools, hospitals, roads, and other services to the people. It is through the local government that our children can go to school. It is through the local government that we can acquire the medicines. We cannot get the health service when we get sick. It is from the local government. Now, having discussed the important sides of the local government, let's move together to the structure of the local government. The structure of the local government. The structure of the local government. The local government falls under President's office, and their affairs are regulated by the ministry responsible for regional administration and local government authority. TAMISEMI. So it falls under the President's office. It is currently. Let me repeat this. Currently. Previously, the local government fall under Prime Minister's office. But currently, the local government falls under the President's office. However, its affairs are regulated by the ministry responsible for the local government and regional administration, TAMISEMI. The local government basically are divided into two major groups. The first group is local government falling under rural authorities, and local government falling under urban authorities. Those that falls under rural authorities are these: district council, the township council and the village council. Vitongoji. Vitongoji are there. Below the village, we have the vitongoji. And those that falls under the urban authorities are the city council, the municipal council, and the township council. Now, let's go together into this structure. If you look at this structure, we have the local government falling under rural councils and the local government falling under the urban councils. The local government falling under rural councils, I've said that, is the district, township, village. Sub-village, here is where we find the vitongoji. And the local government falling under the urban councils are municipal, the city, the town council, and the street. Here when we have the village, and the local government falling under the rural council, here we have the street, the mtaa level. In all these local governments, there are wards where councillors are elected representing these wards. So the ward is here. We have the wards within the structure of the local government. This is the structure of the local government in Tanzania. There is one important thing: the local government area and status. How the local government, where the local government is supposed to operate. The power to establish the region and district in the United Republic of Tanzania is vested to the President of the United Republic of Tanzania in the Regions and District Establishment Procedural Act, KA 397, who has power to establish the regions and district. The powers are vested to, I repeat again, the President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Now, this law that empowers the President to establish regions and districts is different from the laws that establish the local government. The laws that establish the local government, as we have discussed it earlier, is the Local Government District Authorities Act, the Local Government Urban Authorities Act. Without forgetting the Constitution of the United Republic of Tanzania, Article 145, Sub-Article 1 and Sub-Article 2. The minister responsible for local government is empowered to determine the area and the size of the local government through the order establishing such authorities. Minister has power to determine the size of the local government, the areas where that particular local government which is being established will operate. We continue. Section 5 of KA 288 empowers the minister to establish an urban authority or authorities in Tanzania mainland by the order published in the Government Gazette. Section 5, subsection 4 of the KA 288 establishes areas for urban authorities. Size, area, jurisdiction, function, or other description of these urban authorities as specified in the order establishing them. That's section 5 of KA 288 empowers the minister responsible for the local government to establish, to tell that this local government, for example, Mvomero Local Government Authority, or Kilosa Local Government Authority, or Mtwara, or Namtumbo, or else Local Government Authority will operate within this area And again, the size of the local government will be this way. So that size and whatsoever is given to the minister. The minister is empowered to do that. Now, it is important to note this. This is a very important point that all of you need to note. I understand that you might be operating in local government and you will one day be given a certain particular function to perform within a local government. Notice, local governments are not replicated at the regional level. I repeat again, the local governments are not replicated at the regional level. The regional authorities provide technical advice. If it would be me, I could say that this is very great that the local government have all powers as it has been established by the law, but the regions have been given power to provide the technical advice. Technical advice. Not only technical advice and what? Technical advice and support to exercise supervision to the district council. These are the powers that have been given to the regions. However, you all know that the regions put a lot of pressure within the local government to do a number of issues. They use their powers that you have to do this, you have to perform this, you have to perform this. That was not supposed to be done by the regions. The regions have been empowered by the law to be like an advisory body, an advisory committee to advise and support the local government to attain its activities. Now, a number of politicians and government officials are putting pressure on local governments, and this is really a challenge. It is not supposed to be done that way. Why? Because the local government, after its establishment, it has got its status. Now, what is the status of local government after being established? The status of local government, 1, the local government becomes a body corporate. What does it mean? The local government has the legal rights and responsibilities. The rights of the local government, the responsibilities of the local government, the functions of the local government have been established by the law. Therefore, the regions are not supposed to put heavy pressure to the local government to perform some of the issues that it aims itself or by its own interest. It's not supposed to be done that way. Another thing, the local government, after being established, it has perpetual succession and an official seat. What does it mean? That even when a certain particular government official dies, or even when a certain councillor, or those people that form a council committee, or even when all those people have gone away, or they have been transferred from one area to another, the local government remains to be there. The local government does not die because a certain government official has died. It might not be abolished. It should not be abolished because a certain government official or all government officials in a certain particular area have been shifted to another area. No. That's why we say that it has got a status of perpetual succession and an official seat, that even when anyone goes away, dies or what, local government remains to be there. Another thing, another status is the local government are capable of holding and purchasing a acquiring, disposing any movable and immovable property. These properties include land, buildings, and whatsoever. The local government has that power. It has power to own movable and immovable properties, including cars and whatsoever. The provisions of Section 5, 6, 7, 13, 14, and 22 of KA 287 provides for the establishment and area of district council. Before we come to the end of this topic, it is good if we go back and see what we have learned in Knowledge Area 1. In this first knowledge area, we have first defined what local government is. So before doing anything, first think what local government is. Then we learned on the definitions of deconcentration, decentralization, and devolution. Not only that, but also decentralization by devolution. We have seen on the functions of the local government authorities. We have also seen on the significance of the local government without forgetting the structure of the local government. At last, we have learned on the status of the local government. Dear students, it is my hope that you have really enjoyed the first knowledge area of OPA 103, which was on the introduction of the local government administration. It might be that you are having a certain question, or having some questions. There are questions that you are asking yourselves. There are some of the issues that you might have not understood in this knowledge area. I call all of you to come up with your questions and put them in the Moodle platform. I will be there answering all those questions in the Moodle platforms. But I again invite you to the Moodle platform to discuss together. Visit Moodle platform so as we can discuss together various issues pertaining to OPA 103. If you are having anything, you are warmly welcome. Before we end this topic, let's think of this question. This is a question that I'm posing to you all. Take time to discuss it. Take time to come up with your answers in the Moodle platform. The question is, despite the legal structure, local government authorities are bodies which are autonomous in their affairs, and their structure and authority facilitate smooth realization of their legal objectives. Discuss. That despite their legal structure, the local government authority, these are bodies which are autonomous in their affairs, and their structure and authority facilitate smooth realization of legal objectives. Do you agree with that? So come up in the Moodle platform, come up with your answers. Let's discuss together this question and other questions that you might be having. I invite you in the knowledge area number 2, which will be on the history of local government in Tanzania. It is a very good knowledge area. The end of this topic marks the coming of another knowledge area number 2. Thank you for listening. May God be with you all.